Now, to round us out, do you have any final thoughts for potential voters about what to expect, anything that they should keep their eye on as we see this Trump proceedings continue?
Well, I think the most general thing I can say is basically to keep your eye on it, that people should pay attention to this. I think this is a pretty important moment. It's a historic moment, and not in a good way, but potentially a dangerous moment. And you've seen people, if you've been paying attention to this over the last day or 12 hours or so since the indictment was announced, a little bit more than 12, I guess, that people are worried a little bit about this. And I think I'm a little shook about it too, that this actually happened, that the person is indicted. Now, an indictment isn't a conviction, and it could get thrown out very quickly because of again, the tenuous nature of the legal argument that apparently the New York DA is making here. But still, it's worrisome that they were willing to go this far on what seems, at least, to be a very shaky legal ground. Well, okay, we've seen prosecutors in court cases on shaky legal grounds before, but not when it's been against a former president, even one who is maybe as disliked by many as Trump. So we have to see what's going to happen with that. We'll have to see the details. You know, if it does turn out to be a legitimate indictment, if he did get involved in some things that were purely illegal, then I think that it may work out. Still very unusual type of situation, but maybe we can weather that particular storm. I mean, we went through, for those of us old enough to remember, the President Nixon and the Watergate, get the right gate on that one, years where he basically had to resign. And it was only for the fact that President Ford pardoned Nixon that perhaps Nixon didn't get indicted as a former president. So, you know, we've been on the precipice of constitutional crises before. Hopefully we can pull back from this one in some way that actually works to the country's benefit rather than further divide us. But pay attention, get the news, try to get a fair version of the news, and we'll see what happens.